What's up?
Hey, man, long time no see. What's been now, like 3 years since we last talked, right?
Was it been? Has it been? No, it hasn't been. It's been that long.
Come on, it was the last Hellraiser. I saw you 1 week after Hellraiser.
Oh my gosh! It feels like it's been a year. I can't believe it's been almost 3. Oh
I know, man. A lots have changed since us, man. I'm back in the States now, you know.
Nice.
And you got a special gift today, which could you show the camera, please?
I do. Distracted by a treat that I have.
Oh,
This is Mickey.
Hi, Mickey. Oh, he's so cute.
He's down here. I'm distracted with a treat. So I'm holding on nice on that. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Dude, your mic is kind of like leveling up high and low and high and low.
I don't know how to do anything about that.
All right, well, whatever. I can still hear what you're saying. Yeah, it says Jason's audio is echoing. Someone said in the chat.
We're having echo cancellation, reduced background noise, default internal.
Okay.
So that is what it's about.
All right, well, so be it, man. So what's been going on? The last time I talked to you, you were done picketing. You know what I mean? You were
yes.
The last time I talked to you, it was the big Hollywood, protest against the big major companies. So take us back to that, man. You've met a lot of people. You were on the picket line every day. You were putting up a good fight. What was go on and tell us a little bit about that, please.
Ow, holy cow, my dog just got me trying to get the Jeez, boy. Okay. Goodness. He actually did. Goodness gracious, what's a puppy? Nick, you got the treat. With the strike, I didn't actually get out there initially. And as it was going on, I was just putting it off. Like, I'll get out there next week because I'm doing other things. And is there anything to do about it? Hear me okay?
It's still kind of getting out. Do you have like a headphones or something, maybe?
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on.
All right, it sounded good behind the scenes, but yeah, let's try the headphones there.
Hold on. Stay there, buddy. Stay. Okay. Come here. Goodness gracious. Come here. Let's see if this Come here.
Yeah, my buddy just texted me. He goes, I think Jason has a tab open. Maybe that's what's causing the echo.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Close your tab.
In Google Chrome, I don't.
Okay.
See.
I think the headphones might be the issue, actually.
Let me see. Hey, come here.
Yeah, Mickey, stop messing with Dad. He's trying to talk to me.
Come here, buddy. What if I do this? Hold on. We're gonna figure this out live. What if I just test this? Hey, buddy. You want to be in my lap? Goodness, he bit me good.
Oh no, did you draw blood?
A tiny bit on my finger, boy. I'm gonna try and join you on my phone.
All right. Yeah, maybe the phone might work. Okay. Use the same link, and then I'll just accept it. All right. So we have
hold on.
Oh yeah, there's an echo right there.
Hey, come here.
All right, your phone's connected. Let me remove it. All right, here we go.
Come here. Oh my goodness, I'm wrangling cats right now. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. And then let me make the sound.
Yeah, just flip. No, yeah, flip the camera so it makes it full.
Okay.
There we go.
Is that good?
There we go. Perfect.
Is there echo?
No, your voice is loud and clear, my man. You sound great. Okay. Wait a minute. So, Mickey, are you telling me that little puppy just attacked George the monkey from Rampage? Are you serious?
He did. Oh my gosh. Here, come here, buddy. Come here. My wife's taking care of other stuff, so I got to watch it. Okay, that's good right there, right? Yeah, right there. So yeah, the strikes. Take it easy. The strikes. Yeah, I got out there because I was just like, I need to be out there supporting, and I need to I need to go out there and
make a difference.
at least go out there one time.
Sure.
And then I went out there one time and just connected with so many people and loved it. And I was like, well, I need to get here every day. And then I was getting out there and it was cool running into other people. They were out there from Bryan Cranston and Bob Odenkirk and Sean. Goodness gracious, dog. What do you want over here? If you want to be over there, that's okay. No, I don't know what you're going for. Okay. Hey, calm down. Yeah, that's good. Right there. No, he's not calming down. But yeah, it was necessary to go through the strike.
Sure.
And there were just certain things that we needed to get ironed out, and we got them ironed out, and we got better deals for sure, better protections, all of that. And now it feels like it's picking up because last year was almost strikes again with different unions. So it feels like things are getting going now. There's a lot of things that we're in talks for. I actually had a makeup test today. That's what I came from. I was unrecognizable an hour ago for several hours. I still got stickiness all over my face. But yeah, it's exciting. It feels like people are starting to work again and whatnot.
Sure. All right. I got two people. I don't know what's going on, but two people said you're still echoing. I don't know what's the deal is. So
I don't know.
It's still all echo. They're saying.
What if you? I feel like I hear my echo through your speakers.
Okay. Hold on. Let me put on my headphones then. Let's try that. Yeah. All right. Let me stop it here.
Hey, buddy. You want this?
All right. All right, 1 second. Let me connect to the Bluetooth. Disassociate.
What if you get down right there?
Yeah, keep making it to the camera while I fix this issue. Let's try it.
I'm trying to get him calm. Normally he just lies here, but right now he is distracted. And I'm not sure what by. Which of these are you distracted by?
All right, hey.
You just want to be in that chair? Yes, I can hear you and I don't hear echo.
Okay. All right. It's problem solved now. Problem solved. All right, so I guess it was on my end. All right, cool. So go on. So what's been going on? All right, so you went to the picket lines. You were putting up a good fight every day. When you met Bryan Cranston and Bob Odenkirk, what was that like? What was that like for you guys?
Bob Odenkirk I had met a couple of times because he would come to the Grey Dog Cafe where I worked in New York. And so it's cool. And then I met him at San Diego Comic-Con. And so it's cool to remind him and be like, hey, man. He's like, oh, yeah, that guy, what's up? And Bryan Cranston is a very interesting story because I bumped into him in a friend and a mentor of mine, Greg Jabara, is good friends with him. They have a really great episode that Greg guest starred on for Malcolm in the Middle. I think it's called like Neighbors or something like that. He's a next door neighbor. He moves in and like they have like a bromance and they're on either side of the fence. Like, no, don't go. Like as he's having to move. It's really funny. But Bryan, I ran into in Central Park in 2015 before I moved here, before I moved to LA, and I saw him walking. Buddy, you can't get down. You can't. You got to stay here. You got to stay here. You got to just relax. You got to just relax. He's not relaxing at all. Yeah, just relax. Shh. Right there, buddy. Because I can't let you down because you'll go do something crazy. That's good. That's good right there. Can you say he is whining? He wants down. Hey, best friend. Can you just play with him for a minute? He's freaking out. He just wants to come see you.
Or 2 minutes.
Go see
right?
mama. Go see mama. So Bryan Cranston, I bumped into him in Central Park, and I went over to him and I said, hey, and he was kind of like, hi, yeah, hi, and just kept walking.
Really?
But I a second time I was like, hey, I don't mean to bother you. I'm really good friends with Greg Jabara, And he was like, oh my gosh, Greg, no way. When was the last time you saw Greg? This is my wife. And he just opened up. And I was like, wow, he's actually talking to me. Because my thing was I never really wanted to get an autograph or a picture. I just wanted to like meet somebody and just ask them for advice. And so I talked to him and I asked him, I told him last time I saw Greg, I don't know, it's been several years. And I asked him for advice and he talked to me for like 10 minutes.
Jesus.
Which is a big deal to just stop in the middle of the day in Central Park. And he just gave me a piece of advice after advice. And I was asking him questions about, I heard that with Breaking Bad, you walked in there and you metaphorically dropped the script on the ground, peed on it and said, this is mine. And he laughed. He's like, I did. Well, kind of. Yeah. And he said, it's a confidence that you want. But he gave me advice that I could get into that it just was so pivotal. And I applied it when I auditioned for Death Note.
Oh,
and it worked.
Crap. Can you tell us what that advice was?
Yeah, I mean, he said every time you walk into a room, don't ever go in there looking to get something from someone. Always, let me move this over. Always go in there looking to offer them your idea. Don't try and make it what they want. They don't know what they want. They're terrified. You don't get the role, who cares? You don't lose anything. Sure. They don't find the right person. They cast the wrong person. They're screwed. They're more afraid on the other side of the table than you are. And he said they just
expect that.
Right, but I mean it kind of makes sense because they're putting in they're on it. They have to find the right person to play whatever character. So he said they're waiting for someone to come in and take control of the room. It's not a cockiness, it's a confidence of, hey, I'm happy to be here. I have an idea. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. I don't know, but here it is. Awesome. Have a great day. Thank you so much for having me. And leave. And he said what happens is you can walk in the room and instantly like they're not the right look. And you can't do anything to change that.
Yeah.
Jack Black is not going to be like a shoot it straight Batman. I would like to see him as Batman. He could actually be, but not as like, Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Sure. Yeah,
no matter how good the audition is. But he said what'll happen is if you go in there and you do that, it gives you a higher likelihood of leaving the room. And they're like, all right, goodbye. Oh my gosh, he's not right for this, but he's so good. He was save his stuff. We got to find something to work with him on. But he said, then if you are right, then they're going to pick you. Like, holy crap. I mean, maybe not, but, and so I said, okay. So then when Death Note came around, you get an audition, you get 3 or 4 pages of the script. Maybe they're not even real pages. Well, and there's a place where it says start with an arrow at this line. And then down at the end or stop. They're gonna audition just this. And they had that halfway down the second page. But the first page and a half, it was the scene where Ryuk, the death god, causes all this havoc in the study hall and then ultimately reveals himself, And I thought in the first page and a half was the light bulb bursts and a desk goes flying and he thinks he hears something over his shoulder and he turns around and he's gone and Ryuk turns into this like Ryuk turns into, what is that? Oh, it's part of it. Okay.
Like some kind of, yeah.
He got me.
Again? He got you again?
No, I was telling my wife, like, he got me. Like, what do you bet? And I was like, all of that is a lot of fun. And I instantly knew everyone's going to walk in. This is back in the in-person audition days. And they're going to go in and say, and casting director is going to say, let's start here. And they're going to say, yep, sure. I said, I'm going to stand out. I'm going to tell them, no, I have a really good idea. This is my idea. I have a really good idea. It might be wrong. I don't know. But I think it's freaking awesome. And I just asked myself, how would Doug Jones do this?
Sure.
And I recorded it on my laptop like 50 times the night before. And just did it again and again and would watch it and be like, that works, that works, that works. That doesn't work. What if I try this? And I just did it until it looked amazing. And I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go in. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, and Mickey's ready to come back, right?
He's back. he still wants to go see mom, but and so I went in there.
Genius? I'm sorry to cut you off, but keep that thought. Keep that thought. But was it tedious for you when you were watching yourself 50 times and going, that was right, that was right, that was right? Did you feel like, oh man, I can't stand watching myself?
No, because I had an idea and I knew what it looked like in my head, and I knew if I could do it right, it would be the right. It would work.
Sure.
And and every time I did it, I'd be like, cool, those 5 things are working. Those 2 are not. Because there's one part that says like he turns into like he's solid, he turns into liquid smoke, and then he moves across the room and then he re-solidifies. I'm like, how would you even do that? And I pictured like, well, what if I just down towards the ground and then just kind of moved around the ground and then came back up and then solidified and just did all that. I was like, okay, I'll try that. I'll see. Hi, buddy. Hi, I know you love me. Say you missed me all day when I did that makeup test. You didn't know where I went. I know. And now my face smells like that moisturizer stuff afterwards. I know.
You know what's funny? We just created a character to promote this interview that we did. My brother and I created a character named Dog Breath.
Yeah.
And he promoted it, and then look at this. You're holding a dog in your arms right now. So what a continuity this is, right?
That's a good boy. Pay attention to me. And so I did I did that, and like I found whenever I got down to the ground and I kind of swirled around, and if my hands lifted off the ground, it didn't look like liquid smoke. But if I kept my hands and my feet down towards the ground the whole time with every movement, it kind of looked a little more fluid. And I was like, okay. And so and then I was like, I wonder, like, you can't really see the lines where the black is on my shirt right now, like right here where my arm is. It's just black. And I have a onesie leotard, long sleeve, zip up in the back for like ballet and mime. And it's like, what if I wear that? And then you couldn't tell where I ended. It was just all black, and it looked like I was turning into liquid. I was like, okay, cool. And so I did. So I went in there to the audition, and you want to get comfy here? I went into the audition, and what do you want? What do you want? You can't jump down. You'll die. It's too high. What's that? Yeah, what is that? Get that. No, you can't get on the table. Goodness gracious. You're the most ridiculous right now you've been since we got you. But yeah, I just did it over and over again, and it worked. And I went in, and I was so ready. And I went into the bathroom and put on this unitard from head to toe in this black. They were probably like, okay, everyone else like wearing clothes.
And not to mention, you're like what, 6'5", right?
6'9".
Super tall. 6'9", you're almost 7 foot. So seeing like a 7 foot man in a black leotard from head to toe.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there, cross-legged on the ground, like getting ready. And we go in, and she said, hey, goodness gracious, you can't jump down, you crazy dog. Okay, hold on. Possible potty break. Time out.
All right.
Yeah, go potty.
So,
go potty.
Right, hi, Bryce.
Go potty.
Hey. Cynthia.
Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good
Jason,
boy.
You got a fan from Argentina watching this.
I did. Well, I'll have to say hello. I'm coming.
Yeah, her name is Cynthia. Hello, Jason. You are an awesome chatterer.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you.
Bell.
That's so nice, Cynthia Bell. Well, thank you, Cynthia Bell.
You can still talk because we can still hear you through the headphones.
Yeah, I just have to take care of this little animal who doesn't understand anything.
How long have you had the animal for? How long have you
We got him Thursday.
Whoa!
So we've had him Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've had him 3 days, and we are in love.
Well, it's a beautiful dog, you know.
Here, let me bring this over here. Here, we're gonna do this because this is what we have to do.
Like John Cena when it's so close up to your face. You know that, right?
I don't know that. Here he is. Here he is. There's Godzilla.
That's your Godzilla poster. Wow. That's the one that we saw Alan's poster. Did Michael sign that one for you as well?
Yeah, he signed it. Let me see if you can see. All things are possible with Godzilla. All things are possible with Godzilla. So
And that's crazy. I'm sorry to cut you up, but you're on the topic of Death Note, but that's crazy because Adam Wingard directed Death Note, who was also has a connection to the monster verse, and then you were in Godzilla King of the Monsters. It's crazy how connected you are to that monster verse.
It's really weird, man. It's really weird. There's other really weird things happening now too.
All right, well,
I can't talk about it, but to finish that story up, what are you doing? He's trying to like destroy he's never done this. What drugs did you take today? Like what happened when I was gone this afternoon?
He's just so excited.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No, go back to it. You're distracted. It's totally fine. Yeah, go back to it. You got it. Come here. Come here. Come here. What's this? Pull on that. Yeah. Destroy your bed. Yeah. It. Where were we? It's like constant ADD here.
Yeah, you were talking about the end of Death Note and well, you're on set, you're in the leotard, you were sitting on the ground.
Yeah. So I went in there for the audition, and she just said, okay, yeah, let's start at the top of page 2, and I said, no, let's start at the top of page 1. I'm gonna get here when the light bulb pops. I'm gonna get here when I land here. You give me that line, and I'll take from there. And she was like, yeah, okay, all right. And we did it. If you've ever auditioned, people tell you like, okay, thank you very much. We'll be in touch.
We'll call you back. Yeah.
Great. Let's try it one more time. Let's do it like this. When she pressed stop on the record button, she literally was like, stop. That was amazing. That was incredible. That was the best anyone's done all day. Everything you just did, no one else has done. I'm quoting verbatim. I remember because I told this story so many times. I was like, I can't believe she's telling me this right now. And then I got a call back. And when I went in and I opened the casting director door, they buzzed me in with the camera downstairs, so they knew I was coming in. I opened the door. I couldn't even see anyone yet. I just hear, Jason, let's get you this role. I had never been in a movie or a TV show at this point. Just short films. And then I booked it and I cried and I went to Vancouver and it was amazing. And some people don't like it, and I don't care because it was amazing. It was so much fun.
Well, and I am not connected to the Death Note series as most people are, and I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. It's a good movie. Now let's talk about what did you do for Rampage though? When you were George for Rampage, how did you audition that? Because George has no lines. It's mostly all physical. So when you auditioned to be the George, the White Monkey in Rampage, what was that like?
Come up here.
Did the Dwayne Johnson have a saying like, I want that guy as George, or what happened with that?
So yeah, he had no saying in it, as far as I know. What happened was, every time in Death Note, Ryuk's face is visual effects. Every shot.
Sure. So
every time I'm on set, the visual effects coordinator's there.
Yeah, I got George right here.
There's George.
Right here. Yeah.
And he had done San Andreas with Brad Payton before. He just did Baywatch before we did Death Note. And he said the movie that I'm doing next year is I don't know what he's doing, but I'm happy with it. You're distracted. It's totally fine.
There's Mickey. Hey, Jason, before you go, my friend Anthony said, what breed is Mickey?
He is a long-haired mini dachshund.
Long-haired mini dachshund. And adorable long-haired mini dachshund.
Adorable. Where are you going? Where are you going? For Death Note, here, no. About to pee on the rug. Go potty here, buddy. Go potty here. Yeah, I know you want to mark the rug. There's mommy.
We got
we got a little patch of grass here. You can go potty on.
Oh, he's got his pad. There you go.
So for Death Note, it was the same visual effects supervisor, and he was telling me about Rampage coming up, and he was saying, he was just smelling. He almost peed on the rug, so he needs to go.
He didn't go.
No, not yet. Communication about him. He's freaking out. He's so excited though. Oh my gosh. So he could be excited for me. He was trying to tear his bed apart a minute ago. He's never done that before. Now we're seeing who he really is. But he was telling me how, the next movie he was doing was Rampage. I was like, oh, cool. And when we got back from Death Note, at his barbecue, he said, hey, what do you know about gorillas? I was like, I don't know why. He's like, well, looking for someone taller than Dwayne just for this one scene. They're going to get Andy Serkis or somebody else for the rest of it. I'm going to tell them that you're, just worked with you on Death Note. You're great. I'll get you a meeting. Oh, that'd be cool. For like a week. And hi, buddy. Oh my gosh, he's got a little bit of the zoomies going on, which means he'll nap in 30 minutes. And like 6 months goes by, and every week he's like, yeah, there was something else that happened. Maybe next week. Keep looking at, Andy Serkis and Planet of the Apes and whatever. And then I get a call from my agent. Yeah, they called about Rampage. They want you for the whole movie potentially.
Holy cow.
I'm like, wait, what? I thought it was just a week. They're like, no, the whole movie. And then they had me meet with Terry Notary, who is King Kong and Kong Skull Island. He's in every Planet of the Apes movie. He's trained. Just anybody who doesn't know him, look up Terry Notary. He has done everything. He met with me in a dance studio with the arm extensions for an hour and a half. First 30 minutes just getting me breathing and just becoming you got to be able to breathe and look out your eyes as a gorilla before you can get up and start walking around. And then we got up walking around. Nope, sit back down. You didn't stand up the right way. Oh, okay. And eventually, like, boom, that right there. Do you feel that? Yes. How do you know what I felt? He's like, I could see it. Good. Sit back down. Do it again. And I was like, holy crap, this dude is amazing. And then after, cool, I'm going to give 2 big thumbs up, to the director. And there's a spot I know in the mountains. We can get outside. It's a lot better outside. And I'm like, do I have this? As far as I know, they didn't even audition anyone else. And then he trained me for 3 weeks one-on-one. I went from not being able to do anything to like being a newborn giraffe to being pretty good. But to me, I'm still comparing myself to him, the Michael Jordan of this stuff. But then I get on set for the camera test in front of everybody, just making sure things look good on camera. And I got a round of applause from the whole cast and crew just in doing a couple very simple things. And I was like, oh, I think I'm going to be really good at this. And then I met Dwayne the first day and was like, he was going to get a photo shoot, that famous photo of me and him in front of the cage. Yeah. And it was just going to be him. And so we left the room. And on the way out of the room, he says, hey, you're going to be George. I'm like, yeah, man, we're going to be best friends for a couple months. He's like, well, just for a couple months. And then that's it. Like, no, just like, we're not friends after this, right? Like, just joking. And then he's like, hey, you should stay. He should stay, right? In case we want to get a picture, because like you should say. Okay. And so I started pacing and on the other side of the room, just getting into it for whenever he's ready, going through Terry. And he's getting photos just in front of the cage by himself, kind of like, oh gosh, he's escaped or whatever. And he stops his producers and the camera and says, stop. Look at what Jason's doing over there. And I'm like, what am I doing over here? He said, that's effing amazing. We need to get him in a shot. I remember him verbatim saying that. I'm like, I just met you 60 seconds ago. And I walk over and we get these photos. And afterwards he's like, dude, how did you learn how to do that? And I told him, Terry Notary trained me and Terry Notary from this and that. He's like, that's unbelievable. That's amazing. I was like, look, man, we make this movie one time. He's like, yes, let's do it right. Like we are like, dude, we're Han and Chewie. Oh my God, we are Han and Chewie. Like he was so excited and so supportive. And then the next day was our first day actually filming on set. And I felt like I could fly because he was so supportive and so encouraging. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. It was very awesome.
Did you come to Chicago to film you destroying Chicago? What was that like?
Let me see here. There's my bloody tissue.
There it is.
No. So they had a crew go to Chicago, but everything we shot was in Atlanta.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, and then they put you in. All right, now let's talk about Hellraiser. How'd you get the Hellraiser audition?
Yeah, I had a toy and he bit hard. He made me bleed. I know. Like he's playfully bit, but I had a toy in my hand and he's like, give me that. Yeah. Hellraiser was just a typical audition. That was, really? I knew nobody. Yeah. I knew nobody on it. It came up, it was called The Box.
Sure.
I think. And my character was the Clapper, I think. The Clacker.
The Clacker.
I didn't know what it was. I had never seen, thank you, Allie. I'd never seen Hellraiser before. I knew of it, but I'd never seen it.
Yeah,
And I
because
was
you
trying
said
to, and
in
I was,
our first interview that you were afraid to like rent it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like when I was a
Yeah.
kid, I would see it and I'd be like, oh gosh, I can't look at that. If I look at it, I'll go to hell. I can't,
Sure.
you know, that's demonic. It's called Hellraiser. Are you kidding me? Like, no way. But, and now I'm in it, right? But my parents were so proud. My dad said, like, oh, I can't wait to see it. And I read the script and I was like, Dad, you're not going to see this. He's like, no, I'll see it. And he thought the trailer was too much. And I was like, I told you, you know, it's called Hellraiser. Like, I read the script. But for that, I'll give a lesson if there are any actors watching that help with that I learned. So,
Sure.
Yeah, for that, I kind of reached around to people, just reached out to people. I was like, hey, how, you know, do you know what this is? Do you know anything about, are you working on this, like special effects people? And one guy was like, you know what that is, right? Like, what? He's like, dude, that's the new Hellraiser movie. I was like, oh, that's cool. So then I looked into that and I started researching it, but I worked with a guy who, named Lauren, who's a phenomenal mime coach and just movement coach and mime and so many other things, but performance coach. And it's so easy to think about like, oh, how should this character move? How should he look? And he worked with me for a couple hours and he's like, cool. Well, like, first, let's just sit down and like talk about the character. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why does he do what he does? Like, why does he devote his life to serving the priest, to bringing people into this horribly painful experience? Why does he think, why? That's a good question. Well, he must think it's like the best thing to do. Why does he think it's the best thing? It's a good question. Maybe he thinks the feeling of it makes you more alive or something. And you know, there's a line at the end of the film. No, it's not a line. It says in the like the I forget his name, the rich guy who gets turned into one.
Yeah, at the
And
very
he said,
end, yeah.
it says he has a look in his eye as if, why did I ever resist? So there's this, it's almost like converting people to a religion, like, trust us. It's going to be a better way of living than you could ever imagine. It's going to be an elevated way of living. And he takes it so seriously. And it's so important to him. He's saving people by doing this. We're like, okay, that's interesting. And after doing that for an hour, figuring out who the character is first, now let's get up and think, how would this character move? Why are certain things important to him? You know, what's important and why? And then with David Bruckner, he helped really kind of figure out like this walk he has. It's almost like a processional down the aisle for a wedding. And almost like he has a very, almost like a Nazi surgical kind of like, you know, very, very, you know, it's almost like he's in a branch of the military where the priest is his, you know, higher in command, and he will always answer to her, and whatever she says. And so it's interesting, like, and then, you know, rehearse that a bunch in front of a camera, just like with Death Note, so it looked good. Some people don't work that way. Like, I can't look at the camera. I need to look at it and see what is working in the frame, what is not working. Okay. And then I could go with confidence of like, cool, I know how to do that. If we're going to tape it, if we're going to do it in person at a self-tape studio, and it'll look great. Because I've done too many times where I'm like, I'm not going to look at the monitor. I'm just going to trust. I'm going to go in there. And I go in there and then they email me the self-tape and I look at it. I'm like, I did the thing with my hand, but it's out of frame. You can't see it. Dang it. Like I should have rehearsed these little technical things. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered, but that's what's in my control. And I always like doing my best.
Wow. So yeah, because like when you're talking about the walk, like my memory of that movie is the first scene of you when you're walking through that hallway. What is it, like the mental home or something? When that lady, when you first see the Cenobites, right? And then you're walking through that hallway and it just looks so eerie looking, you know? So that walk is very distinguished from the Chatterer. And I just recently went back to the theaters back in February to watch the 40th anniversary of that movie, and it was released in 4K. And I saw it, and what's so interesting about new technology when they look at old films is you can see the prosthetics of those old movies. And because like the technology is so good now, everything comes in clear. So when that monster is chasing Kirsty in that hallway, you can see the jack, the pallet jack.
Yeah, you can see it on the wheels. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the wheels, and you go, I don't think I'm supposed to see that. And then you go, oh, that's right. The technology now makes everything look better. So in David Bruckner's to say positive things about David was, he made it more, I want to say like sadistic in a way. You know what I mean? Like you felt like these Cenobites were coming at you and there's no way out of it. And David could have shot it like a zombie movie. You know what I mean? But he didn't, because zombie movies get kind of like, they're overdone now. You know what I mean? Oh my God, there's zombies everywhere. They're walking so slow. But the way he shot that Hellraiser remake really puts you in a mood of like, there's gloom and doom and there's no way getting out of this. Like I can leave this building and run away. And
nothing
so
you can do.
Props to you. Hey, do you have that Funko Pop chatter close by that you could show us?
Yes, it's not me, right? It's the original, because they never, as far as I know, they never made one.
Ah, that's a disgrace, man. That's a disgrace.
But I have, because whenever I got it, I was like, well, I'll get this one. I'll get one so I have it.
Sick.
But then this is from
props.
That's from production. That's my badge to be able to get on set.
Wow.
And you can see in the corner up there the box up there.
Wow. I love it.
And then it says the Chatterer.
There you go. Oh my God. So wait, do you still have any of the props of the movies that you've done? Like, do you save anything?
Not really. No. I mean, they're very good at, like, you got to turn everything in at the end of every day, right? Costume and all that. Alan's so,
I'm sorry to cut you off, Jason, but Alan's so lucky. He's got the Puppet Master Blade helmet in his office.
Yeah, that, like, the thing that I have, so Ryuk has all those hairs, those spiky hairs. So I stole one of those. Like, they're not gonna miss a spiky hair that was on top of his head. So I got one of these, and then I have it's in the other room hanging up. I have a well, here, I'll show you. I got a
all right. Hey, thank you so much, Jason, for showing us this stuff. I love this sort of stuff. I really do.
Alexa, turn on the office lights. So
Alan's oh wow. No
so yeah,
kidding.
they gave me one of those. That's from the D roll. So it's not the main camera, but they only had A, B, C, and D, and they gave me one. And I was like, what? The first AD in that said that, he said, you Ryuked that, which was like his term for, like, I always came in wanting to just do one take. Like, I'm going to get it on the first take. And he's like, you Ryuked that, man. Good job. Get out of here. And so they gave me that. And then I have this, which is a vacuum form of my face that they made from Rampage, because they punched holes in this for the dots that went all over my face for the motion capture. And so they that way they could just put that over my face and just take a brush and just put it through the holes, and so the dots are in the same place every day. And they made one for me and probably still perfectly fits my face, I guess. But yeah, I don't really have anything else. There is, if you look in that photo too, I think.
There's one
right here. Right here. Right. If you were to zoom in, I'm wearing a black gaffer tape bow tie.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if it's in that photo, but it's in every day I wore it, because there's a zipper that was here. It would zip up.
I see it right
you see it? Yeah. She might have run in and taken it off. I think actually that day, that one of the Weta people, she's like, give me that. But in any other behind the scenes photo, just around, I have she made Haley from Weta, who was like always taking care of the battery packs and everything and the dots on me. She made a little black gaffer tape bow tie, and it would go there to keep that from like jingling while moving around. Because like we need tape, and so she's like, I made a bow tie, and it became we just had that bow tie on every day, and nobody ever said anything about it because you almost couldn't notice it, and it's not going to be in the movie anyways. Doesn't matter.
Sure. Yeah.
And I ended up giving that to her. I was like, Haley, I feel like this is yours. You should have this. So that would be a souvenir I had, but she hopefully still has that. But yeah, anything else we don't. Yeah, everyone's like, cool, turn in your props. You can't be like, oh, I lost my prop. Like, oh, I lost the couple of $1,000 Saint Laurent boots that Ryuk wears. I wanted to steal those, but there's no way costume would be like, where are the boots? I don't know. Where'd you take off? Where'd you hide? Like, I asked. I was like, can I keep these boots? And she's like, no. Like, why not? How much are they? Not telling you. And I found out they're Saint Laurent boots. They're like $2,000 or something like that. And they're almost they're in like one shot of the movie when he's eating apples and you see underneath his chair as he's throwing down apple cores and his foot is tapping. Outside of that, you don't see it. You feel awesome wearing those though, so that's important.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, hey, Jason, our friend Cynthia says thank you so much. It's so inspiring.
Oh, you're so awesome, Cynthia. Well, I hopefully me rambling and running around and stopping my bloody finger has shown you that I'm just normal. That's for sure.
No,
and with our puppy.
Go ahead. No, let's talk about the future though, man. Because like I said, the last time I saw you, it was in 2022. A few weeks after Hellraiser. All right, so maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
What's going on? You went to, obviously you can't talk about it, but you did some costume fitting today. But what are we expecting from you from the future?
So I can tell you roughly what's going on with some things, but I can't give any specifics. So
that's fine.
There are like 10 different things that we're looking at right now. One would be Dream Come True later this year. And, I've connected with the director about it, and that would be ridiculous, and there's no way I can talk about it. There's something else next year that would be Dream Come True, and I've connected with the director about it, and there's no way I can talk about either one of those. There's something else that would happen next year. I had a handful of meetings about last year. There's what else? There's something. Yeah, there's something else I'm up for that I'm still waiting to hear on. That would be like there's several things. There's like 5 or 6 things that are there. I'm so grateful. Maybe none of them go through.
Sure.
But each one of them are one of the biggest movies that coming out next year or in 2027. Like, and when I'm like, literally, look at what's coming out. They're the biggest. And I'm like, but we'll just have to see what happens. We're at various stages with them, and maybe none of them go through, maybe all of them go through. I don't know. They would be freaking huge. They would probably all individually be the biggest things I've ever been a part of.
Wow.
Yeah. A couple of them for sure. A couple of them like I've been in some large productions, but these are huge, in every way. And then there's some other ones that are independent that are really exciting, with a writer and director that I've been developing, and then another one as well where I'd be main monsters in them, and like really, really great independent films, and we're just in the different stages of getting them going. And then something today that is in very early stages, but we're doing tests for, which never happens this early. It's like kind of the character came before the project, and then as just a thing that someone wanted to do, like like one of the biggest people in the industry. He's like, yeah, I want to make this thing, and I want to make it on you. Okay, and he's just done it for fun. And now I'm like, no, we need to use this. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever worn. This is incredible. And I'm not just saying that. And then after seeing it today too. And so a director and I have come up with an idea with him. And so we're developing that. So there's a lot of different things at the earliest stages, or I audition and I'm waiting to hear. And we'll just see. There's like a lot of exciting things.
Has my friend from Thailand connected with you yet?
I don't know. I'm so bad on Facebook. On my phone too.
Don't look now. Don't look now. But that guy is an incredible film director. Like,
I was impressed by the trailer you sent me. I was like, this is really good.
No. But that dude is amazing. Like legit, he did it. His second movie was like a kaiju monster movie, and they hand built like it's a physical monster that they built with some CGI in it. And then
it was cool looking. Sure.
It was. And he's still active. He's still hustling. But I don't want to say his name on air, of course. But like he messaged me like, "Hey, are you still connected to Jason Liles?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, he just messaged me before I went to Europe." He's like, "Well, I would like to talk to him in the future." He's like, "I don't have anything ready right now." But that dude made this martial arts like supernatural movie that was insane called Kitty the Killer. So like he's done amazing things, and it would just be incredible if something were to happen. Of course, crossing my fingers.
Of course, yeah. Well, and I'm grateful for you making that connection too, because that's really what it's all about. It's just about making connections with people and just seeing, are there things that we can make? Can we make it work? Yeah. There's just because there's only so much time, and it's already like, how do I fit normal life into it? But and I gotta go here in like 1 or 2 minutes.
Sure, no problem.
Time flies, man. I can't believe we've been chatting for 45 minutes.
I know. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate you taking your time. But before you go, let people know where they can find you, man.
Nowhere.
Good. All right. Never mind.
My address is, you can find me sometimes on Instagram.
There you are right there.
There I am. There we are, Alan Maxon and Richard Dorton.
And then this is you coming up right here.
That's
in the
me.
middle, man.
That's me.
What a beautiful build.
Like,
I remember watching this in the IMAX for the first time and getting like oh man, the hairs on my skin were just rising when Ghidorah was first.
And I mean, we got to get really the magic there is the visual effects people, right? That really is like,
sure.
We were still with George. It's just a massive amount of visual effects people. That is a lot closer 1-to-1 of my performance because of the anatomy of a gorilla. As the head of a 3-headed dragon, like Alan and Richard and I were playing together, like on the carpet and roaring and tackling DJ Storm. But the visual effects artists, man, they did such an incredible job there. It's so awesome. We got to pretend and play as those characters, and they took our moments with each other and turned them into that. But oh my gosh. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram, the Jason Liles, all one word. My name with the, because someone else has Jason Liles.
Damn it.
I know. And I'm on Facebook sometimes, but I'm so bad at all of those. So yeah, there's one. I'll tell you one thing. Go on, if you want to see something cool. I'm gonna shout this guy out. Go on to, I gotta open up my Instagram so I can see this. Okay, hold on, I'm here.
It's a little blank right now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can.
Okay. So
I can't see anything, but I can hear you.
Because I don't know how to share my screen. There's a kid. I go to my Instagram and look at one of the last things that I posted. The second to last thing I posted, and it's a drawing from a kid named Vinny, and he is adorable. And his favorite movie is Rampage, and his favorite character is George. And he tagged me in it, and I messaged him and his mom, and he sent me a video back, and he was like, I really hope we can meet sometime. It'd be really cool to get a picture. And I cried. I'm not even kidding. I was like, this kid is so cool. So go check out Vinny and his drawings. I tag him in the second to last post. It's a picture of a drawing. Like, it's not mine, it's his. So you'll see it's the second to last post on Instagram. It's from months ago. I only post on there so often. Go give Vinny some love and tell him his drawings are cool. Because they are.
Cool. And I love Rampage is a lot of fun too. But hey, Jason, I know other things are coming up. Hopefully we can do this again in the next 2 years.
Yes. Let's do it again later this year, next year at the latest. And then we'll have, hopefully if things go well, which I think they will, we'll have some cool updates.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, great seeing you again, Jason. Hope all is well. Give your dog and Allie my love. And take care, man. All right?
Will do. Good to see you, man.
You too, buddy. Take care of yourself.
See ya.
We gotta say goodbye to Jason Liles. It has been a pleasure with your big smile. You are always welcome here at our home. You are the one and only Monster Bro.
mashed potatoes are great.